ship.
One. Are you sure?
Yes. They called it the Pillar of Autumn.
Why was it not destroyed with the rest of their fleet?
It fled as we set fire to their planet. But I followed with all the ships in my command.
When you first saw Halo, were you blinded by its majesty?
Blinded?
Paralyzed? Dumbstruck?
No.
Yet the humans were able to evade your ships, land on the sacred ring, and desecrate it with their filthy footsteps.
Noble hierarchs. Surely you understand that once the parasite attacked...
There will be order in this council.
You were right to focus your attention on the Flood. But this demon, this Master Chief...
By the time I learned the demon's intent, there was nothing I could do.
Noble Prophet of Truth, this has gone on long enough. Make an example of this bungler. The Council demands it.
You are one of our most treasured instruments. Long have you led your fleet with honor and distinction. But your inability to safeguard Halo was a colossal failure.
Hey, it was heresy.
I will continue my campaign against the humans.
No, you will not. Soon the great journey shall begin. But when it does, the weight of your heresy will stay your feet, and you shall be left behind.
The plating was about to fail. There's viscosity throughout the gel layer. Optics, totally fried. And let's not even talk about the power supply. You know how expensive this gear is, son?
Tell that to the Covenant.
Well, I guess it was all obsolete anyway. Your new suit's a Mark 6, just came up from Songnam this morning. Try and take it easy until you get used to the upgrades. Okay, let's test your targeting first thing. Please look at the top light. Good. Now look at the bottom light. Alright, look at the top light again. That's it. Now the bottom one. Okay. Everything checks out. Stand by. I'm gonna offline the inhibitors. Move around a little, get a feel for it. When you're ready, come meet me by the zapper. Pay attention, because I'm only going over this once. This station will test your recharging energy shields. Are you listening to me? Your new armor shields are extremely resilient, very efficient. Bingo! As you can see, they recharge a lot faster. If your shields go down, find some cover, wait for the meter to read fully charged.
That, or he can hide behind me. You done with my boy here, Master Guns? I don't see any training wheels.
His armor's working fine, Johnson. You're free to go, son. Just remember, take things slow.
Don't worry, I'll hold his hand.
So, Johnson, when you gonna tell me how you made it back home in one piece?
Sorry, Guns. It's classified.
My ass! Well, you can forget about those adjustments to your A2 scope.
Well, he's in a particularly fine mood. Maybe Lord Hood didn't give him an invitation. Earth. Haven't seen it in years. When I shipped out for basic, the orbital defense grid was all theory and politics. Now look, the Cairo is just one of 300 geosync platforms. That Mac gun can put a round clean through a Covenant capital ship. coordinated fire from the Athens and the Malta, nothing's getting past this battle cluster in one piece. Ships have been arriving all morning. Nobody's saying much, but I think something big's about to happen.
You told me there wouldn't be any cameras.
And you told me you were gonna wear something nice. Folks need heroes, Chief, to give them hope. So smile, would you? Well, we still got something to smile about.
Drawn quite a crowd. If they came to hear me beg, they will be disappointed. Are you sure?
Gentlemen, we're lucky to have you back. Go ahead, Cortana.
Another whisper, sir, near Io. We have probes en route.
I apologize, but we're going to have to make this quick.
You look nice.
Thank you.
Sergeant Major, the Colonial Cross is awarded for acts of singular daring and devotion. For a soldier of the United Earth Space Corps.
There can be no greater heresy. Let him be an example for all who would break our covenant.
Commander Miranda Keyes, your father's actions were in keeping with the highest traditions of military service. His bravery in the face of impossible odds reflects great credit upon himself and the UNSC. The Navy has lost one of its best.
Slip space ruptures directly off our battle cluster.
Show me.
15 Covenant capital ships holding position just outside the kill zone.
This is Fleet Admiral Harper. We are engaging the enemy.
Negative, Admiral. Form a defensive perimeter around the cluster. Commander, get to your ship. Link up with the fleet.
Yes, sir.
You have the mech gun, Cortana. As soon as they come in range, open up.
Gladly.
Something's not right. The fleet that destroyed Reach was 50 times this size.
Sir, additional contacts. Boarding craft and lots of them.
They're going to try to take our mech guns offline. Give their capital ships a straight shot at Earth. Master Chief, defend this station.
Yes, sir. I need a weapon.
Right this way.
Alright guys, welcome back. We are playing some Halo 2. This game takes place directly after the first one, surprisingly enough. I believe in the Halo universe it's 2 days or so after the first game takes place. As you can see, we're back here at Earth, trying to repel the Covenant invasion. The Covenant have found the coordinates for Earth, so they are here to pretty much mess up our day. And we are here to stop them from doing so. Alright, so we kick off the campaign here with a couple of wave defense sections. Home field advantage, yes, that is correct. We are home. basically the UNSC's last colony. Earth is the last planet that we control as humans go. Covenant have basically defeated everything else, so this is their, this is our last hope, basically. So here we are aboard the Cairo station. It's basically just a floating gun out in the middle of space. As you heard Sergeant Johnson in the cutscene, the space station could basically shoot a what's known as a background, which is basically a giant bullet through space and through a Covenant capital ship. So it's one of our more heavy-hitting weapons. That's not a ship. But yeah, guys, welcome back. Excited to be back. As you can see, we had an awful lot thrown at us in the opening cutscene there. We got introduced to some new characters. As you can see, we're holding new weapons, and I promise I'll explain everything. I'm not the best at explaining things, but I'll try and explain everything as we go here. But yeah, if you guys notice, the Chief looks a little different. We got some armor, which I very much like. He's in this armor for basically all of this game, obviously, and I believe he has the same armor in Halo 3. But kicking things off here in the first cutscene, we basically got introduced to a new character known as the Arbiter. He's an elite commander that was basically in charge of protecting the first Halo ring that we destroyed. Obviously, he failed, and we saw his trial in front of the Covenant High Command. They're known as Prophets, but we'll get to them later. But he was basically tried for his crimes for not protecting the Halo ring. And we witnessed Chief come back to Earth, Sergeant Johnson, and Captain Keyes' daughter, who's known as Miranda Keyes. She's actually a commander in this game. Basically awarded for coming home safe, destroying the Halo ring, and just overall protecting humanity. It actually goes into much greater detail in the books. There's actually a whole book dedicated to what happened between Halo 1 and Halo 2. So it's kind of messed up that they put all that information into a book in order to understand it, or in order to understand what happened. I mean, it would have been nice to explore all that in a game. Because those who don't like to read, they're not going to pick up a Halo book and just read about what happened in between the games. I only did it because I'm a sucker, and I love the hell out of Halo. So, but yeah, guys, here we are aboard the Cairo station, going through the waves of Covenant. Here, you're going to see out in the distance. See the windows here. There are other defense platforms. We're not the only one. And basically later in this level, we're tasked with defusing bombs, which the Covenant have brought aboard in an attempt to destroy us. That is their holy plan, as we discovered in the last game. But I sure hope you guys enjoyed the last campaign. If you haven't watched my previous videos yet, go back and watch those. I've played through the entire first Halo campaign, and here we are starting the second one.
Hey, check it out. The Malta's already driven up its borders.
Malta, what is your status? Over.
I don't believe it! They're retreating! We won!
Alright, so Malta, which is one of the other space platforms, they think they won because they beat off the invaders, but basically what happened was the Covenant fell back and they detonated their bomb. So that's basically what happened there. So we lost the space station. While we're in here, mind you, there's a massive space battle happening outside. Again, the game doesn't really do a good job of portraying that, but the books certainly do. And the books make it known, too. This is a fight for Earth. So this is our last planet. Everything the UNSC has is here. We're nowhere else to be found in the galaxy. They beat us back, all the way back to Earth. I think they said somewhere in the books that Earth, colonized 200-something planets, so think about it, the Covenant beat us back and destroyed 200 planets. It's quite remarkable. you know, what their firepower is. But you're gonna see throughout this campaign a lot more Marines accompany us. They're not as useless as in the first game. Granted, in the first game they had a particular role. In the first game, they were basically your bullet sponge. You know, you would rely on them to take the bullets, take a good amount of the fire away from you. In this game, I don't want to say you can rely on them because that's a strong word to use for these Marines. Granted, they can fight, but I wouldn't exactly rely on them. Alright, we're just beating back the last of these Covenant in the second hangar bay here. And as you can see, Cortana is still with us in the cutscene. She survived the trip back from the first Halo ring, back to Earth here. And yeah, she basically plays the same role as she did in the first game. She's going to be accompanying us shortly. At the moment, she's in control of the space station's main weapon. Just sweep the area here. Make sure we got everybody. Yeah, we did? Okay. Got him stuck. Alright, now we got everybody.
Uh-oh. Hey, they're leaving the Athens.
Cortana, assessment.
That explosion came from inside the Athens, same as the Malta. The Covenant
Really beautiful graphics, guys.
A bomb.
This game is remastered well 3 years back.
Here. Chief, find it.
Alright, so we were basically just told that there's a bomb on board. After witnessing the last 2 stations explode, that would basically be my assumption as well.
All hands, suppression zone.
But yeah, guys, I've got some new weapons here. This one here is known as the SMG, or the submachine gun. This, you know, new weapon, as I said. It's best used in close quarter battle. I wouldn't rely on it for anything much more than close quarter work. It's got a pretty high rate of fire. As long as you hold down the trigger, you can take down an elite. It's best used for grunts though. This is the battle rifle. This is basically taking place of the assault rifle from Halo 1. The main difference is we have the ability to zoom in and out. See, we have a 2x magnifier here, and a 3-round burst as well. So it's really effective for putting headshots on grunts. It'll basically take them down in one burst if you aim for the head. But yeah, the assault rifle, it's not seen in this game, surprisingly. It's probably the more popular weapons from Halo 1, but I think the developer said it acted more like a machine gun than a rifle, and they wanted to develop a rifle, obviously. So I guess they assumed that having a 3-round burst weapon that can zoom in and out, you know, kind of acts more like a rifle, and I would tend to agree. You know, the assault rifle from Halo 1, it had 60 rounds, you know, and shot bullets out like it was a fire hose. So, if I were to pick between the two, I'd probably pick the battle rifle. It's way more accurate, and it has way more uses. However, I do like the look of the assault rifle. You're going to see it come back in Halo 3. However, it was heavily nerfed. And by nerfed, I mean made almost unusable. But you'll see when we get there. Yeah, as you can see, this battle rifle has no problem taking down grunts. Have to aim for the head though. If you aim for like body shots, it's gonna take like 3 or 4 bursts to take them down. Alright guys, so we keep pushing up here. Basically trying to beat back the Covenant, clear them off the station before they can detonate their bomb. At the moment, we don't know where the bomb is, so we're in the process of... Who is shooting? Go away. We are in the process of locating it.
Come on, Chief, this way. Don't worry, ma'am. We're on it.
Yes, that's basically it for new weapons, as far as human weapons go. There's a couple of Covenant weapons that are new, but I really don't play with Covenant weapons too much. That's just a personal preference. In some situations, they're good.
Thanks, Chief. I owe you one.
But I like to keep the human weaponry. Wow, I can talk. When at all possible. You're gonna have to excuse me, guys. I'm fighting the cold at the moment, so if I sound a little bit weird, I do apologize. I just want to really get a video out for you guys.
Run! Everyone run!
Okay. So basically what I wanted to say, we're introduced to a bunch of new characters in this game, and they're actually really important because they stick with us throughout the campaign of Halo 3 as well. First being Sergeant Johnson.
Sir.
He was the black male that we saw in the cutscene.
Yes, but I'll need the Chief's help to make contact.
In Halo 1, he was basically just an AI character. He wasn't really meant to be...
targets and fire at will.
Sorry, just a little bit of dialogue there.
Those cruisers, take them out one by one. Second echelon, keep those carriers busy.
Registering all hostile vessels inside the kill zone. 13 cruisers, 2 assault carriers. I'm going loud.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. I interrupted a little bit of dialogue there. But basically what they were saying is just an update on the space battle that's outside. At this point, the Covenant force that invaded Earth, and I'm going to let you guys know this now because they don't mention it until later, but it's very small. And in fact, it's mentioned later in the campaign that the Covenant didn't expect humans to be on Earth, which was surprising, honestly, but that's what they tell us. So the force that they arrived with was pretty small compared to the forces that we have. Granted, we don't have many. As you saw in the cutscene there, I believe they showed it on the screen. We have, I believe, 50 cruisers and maybe 75 frigates or something like that. So, but a little bit off track here. I'm sorry. As I was saying, Sergeant Johnson. In the first game, he was basically meant to be disposable. I don't think they ever... What's the word? I don't think they ever imagined him being like a long-term character, but after they saw the success that Halo 1 had, they made him into more of a main character in this game.
They're heading straight for the Cairo.
Cortana, concentrate your fire on the first carrier. Admiral, do what you can against the second.
Everyone,
basically, he's just that badass sergeant. You know, I would refer to him more as maybe a drill instructor, like a funny, not funny, but like a comedic drill instructor. That's kind of the role that he plays.
Completely ignored us, sir. Blew through the Malta's debris field and headed straight for Earth.
So yeah, you're gonna see him a lot more throughout the campaign. In Halo 1, he actually died multiple times, which was kind of funny. You just see the same character come back to life mission after mission. But in this game, he's more of a mainstream character. And we actually get to work with Captain Keyes' daughter, Miranda Keyes. She's actually a commander in this game. She commands a ship. We get to work we're going to get to work with her a lot closer as well.
Just so you know, there are quite a few elites guarding the bomb. You may need to get creative.
Alright guys, so we actually located the bomb with Cortana's help. As you can see, it's heavily guarded. I'm taking a lot of fire right now, and I'm low on ammo. I do have a shotgun, but I don't want to use it with this many elites around. Another thing you're also going to see in this game, it makes you feel small. The game makes you feel small, and you just see the war aspect of the conflict that's going on between the humans and Covenant. You know, you feel like you're a very small cog in the machine. You know, you're one person fighting against almost impossible odds, but in a much bigger scale, if that makes sense. Like, you're going to see in the next cutscene, which, in my opinion, is one of the best cutscenes in the Halo franchise. That you're just a much smaller piece in a much bigger battle, if that makes any sense. I'm sorry if I just butchered that to hell, but you'll see what I mean. Alright, so I'm playing a little defensively right now, only because, as you can see in this game, you don't have a health bar anymore. It's just your shield, and you get killed much quicker. As you can see, my shield's already halfway down. So I'm just trying to take out this last guy from range, otherwise he'll just shred me as I get closer. Alright, that was the last one. I believe with that, guys, that ends the first mission.
Me, inside your head, now.
How much time was left?
You don't want to know.
Cairo, this is an Emberclad. The carrier shield is down. I'm in position and ready for immediate assault.
Negative, Commander. Not against a ship that size. Not on your own.
Sir, permission to leave the station.
For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
Permission granted.
I know what you're thinking, and it's crazy.
So, stay here.
Unfortunately for us both, I like crazy. Just one question. What if you miss?
I won't.
flew pretty good.
Chief, get inside. Gear up.
We're taking this fight to the surface.